These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to a special celebrity edition of Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. You ready to rumble?
Certainly are. Yes.
Indeed.
Good. Hoping to put on a classic performance against the Eggheads today are Quizino Royale. Now, there's no doubting the musical pedigree of each member of this team, as the majority of them rose to fame in the groundbreaking classical crossover group Bond. But will quizzing be another string to their bows? Let's meet them.
Hello, I'm Elspeth Hansen. I play the viola in Bond. I'm not a frequent quizzer, but I'm very competitive, and so I'm really looking forward to this.
Hello, I'm Tanya Davis. I'm the first violinist in Bond, and this is my first ever quiz, so I'm hoping they're going to go easy on me.
Hello, I'm Gaye Westerhoff. I'm the cellist of the group and I write some of the music, and I'm beyond excited.
Hello, I'm Eos Council. I play second fiddle in Bond, and I also sing and write some of the music too. I am a frequent quizzer, but I mostly bring enthusiasm.
Hi, I'm David Arnold. I'm not in Bond. I have scored 5 Bond films, including Casino Royale. I write music for TV's Sherlock, and my specialist subject is pretty much forgetting everything I've ever learned.
So, Elspeth and team, hello.
Hello.
Great to see you all. And Elspeth, I know you're in the team captain position there, so any thoughts of how to beat this lot over here?
I think our main game will be music and film. We're feeling pretty confident in that, I have to say. So, yes, that more than humanities, but we'll see how it goes.
OK, and I remember at the start saying you were very competitive. That's a key facet of this team, is it?
It is indeed. We're going to...
Yeah. Oh, you're the most competitive one, are you?
I've been told I'm rather competitive, so...
Tanya, outside music, anything obvious that you're good at? Quiz-wise?
Chair, I mean, this is actually the first quiz I've ever done, so
Right.
this should be interesting. But these guys do a pub quiz, and I hear that they're pretty good.
So you haven't been to it yourself?
No, I haven't.
But you've heard
actually.
reports. OK,
yeah,
well, that's
I'm a
fine.
bit afraid of quizzing, so I'm not sure what I'm doing here. But,
Well, you
happy
are
to have
originally
fun.
from Australia, right? And,
That's right.
And we know, don't we, Eggs, Australia comes up a heck of a lot.
Oh, OK.
Australian geography, I think somebody got caught out the other day on Western Australia. So that's...
Well, fingers crossed.
It can come up. Gaye, any subjects for you that you did maybe at school that you enjoyed?
Well, probably food and drink.
Yep.
It's always, yeah, I love food and drink,
Yes.
so I'm hoping for the best.
Anyone good on sport here?
Probably Elspeth is
Elspeth
the,
on sport.
Well, yes. I mean, I enjoy sport immensely, but often
Didn't
these
mention that at the
questions are hard.
start. OK.
These questions can be quite tricky,
They can be.
don't know what's going to come up.
David, we're building up a little profile of the team here. So what about you?
I'm more optimistic than capable, I think. And, yeah, we go to a pub quiz on a Monday night where I think it's easy enough for you to think you're doing well, but hard enough for you to not win that easily. But I find that I tend to remember things that are more sort of trivial and useless.
That's a handy skill.
And I found as a composer, the more that I write, the less I retain. You know, it's like because part of it is emptying your mind and you have a blank page in front of you and you kind of wait for something to fill it. So I found that actually my excuse is remembering things is not good for my job.
OK, well, I've never heard that before. The more you write, the less you remember. Good luck, challengers. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our celebrities' chosen charity. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. So, Quizino Royale, the Eggheads have won the last 19 games on the trot against the Celebs. But that's good, because it means there's £20,000 for you to win today.
Oh, my God.
Do you want to get cracking?
Yes.
The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of film and TV. So one of you needs to go in against either Judith, Chris, Pat, Barry or Steve.
I think it's
You're going to be
got
me.
to be David.
Got to be
David.
I'm going to go with Chris, actually.
OK, so it's going to be David from Quizino Royale taking on Chris, film and TV. Last film Chris saw was Blazing Saddles. in the cinema, wasn't it?
In the cinema, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything I want to see, I wait for the DVD to come out.
To ensure there's no conferring, would you please take your positions in our legendary question room? David, I don't think we could have a conversation here without using the word Bond, can we?
Well, we've got 2 ways in, haven't we? We've got
Well,
films and the band.
Starting with the first way, the Bond with whom I'm sitting here.
Yes.
You're working with them on their new album.
Yes, they got a new record. So I've done, I think, written and produced 2 tracks on that record, which I think should be out soon. But I met them like 9 or 10 years ago, and I was doing a charity concert actually for Care International at Brixton Academy, and I asked them if they would play at that. And we had Mark Ronson and David Walliams and Duran Duran. It was a sort of star-studded night, and very lucky that they came along and played. And then after that, at the Olympics closing ceremony, playing all the strings for I'm the Walrus with Russell Brand. And it's sort of gone on ever since. It's been lovely.
And you're also, the other way in is that you've written the score for 5 James Bond films, I think.
Yeah, 5. The first one was Tomorrow Never Dies in 1997, and then The World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day, Casino Royale, and Quantum of Solace.
And do they all... I always, when I listen to them, I always think they contain that note from the Bond original theme. They have to sort of play off it, do they, or is that rule gone now?
Yeah, I think the secret, the thing that I enjoyed doing most in a way was Casino Royale, when we saved it to the very last minute, when Daniel Craig reveals himself at the end, when he says the words, "The name's Bond, James Bond." And up to that point, he hadn't been James Bond. But every time he did something or earned something of the theme, when he won the card game, when he wins the Aston Martin gambling, when he puts the tuxedo on for the first time, we kind of seeded the idea of that theme in it and then exploded it out at the end. But I think if you ignore, the work that's gone before in Bond films, you're probably making a mistake.
Yeah, and it is one of the most all-time recognisable theme tunes, isn't it?
Oh, it's one of those ones where you think if there was one tune you wish you could have written, that would certainly be one of them.
All right, I hope this comes in handy for film and TV, David. You can choose whether you go first or second against Chris.
I'm going to go second.
Chris, your question. In which TV series does Olivia Colman play the role of the policewoman Ellie Miller? Broadchurch, Line of Duty, or Happy Valley?
Well, Happy Valley, Sarah Lancashire, of course. Don't think she's in Line of Duty, but she's certainly in Broadchurch, so I'll say Broadchurch.
Broadchurch is quite right. Over to you now, David, for your first. Which of these actors played the role of the Doctor in the BBC TV series Doctor Who first? Was it Peter Capaldi, Sylvester McCoy, or Tom Baker?
Peter Capaldi, of course, is the current Doctor. Sylvester McCoy, I think, was the last of the big BBC Doctors before they went on a long hiatus. So Tom Baker is my answer.
Tom Baker's right. Well done. Back to you, Chris. For his role in which 1990s film did Jay Davidson receive an Oscar nomination in the Actor in a Supporting Role category, a move which may have acted as a major plot spoiler? The Sixth Sense, The Crying Game, or The Usual Suspects?
Surely he was the little boy in The Sixth Sense who sees dead people. The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, it's a cleverly phrased question, and it's led you the wrong way. Eggheads.
Both The Sixth Sense and The Usual Suspects have wicked twists in them, but it's actually The Crying Game.
It is The Crying Game, Chris.
Oh.
And I don't think I will even say why that spoils the movie. If you haven't seen it, you've all seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we know now because we said that it's a male actor. But anyway, The Crying Game is the answer, Chris. Mm-hmm. You seen it, Chris?
It's mentioned in an episode of Father Ted, or I'm not going to elaborate.
OK. So we go back to you. If you can get this right, you take the lead, David. Who plays the role of the nightclub singer Willie Scott, the love interest of the title character in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? Is this Michelle Pfeiffer, Karen Allen, or Kate Capshaw?
I know it's not Michelle Pfeiffer. Is this the Temple of Doom?
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
And it's the nightclub singer.
Yeah, the nightclub singer Willie Scott.
I'm pretty sure it's Kate Capshaw, who I think is married to Steven Spielberg.
Kate Capshaw is right. Was she married to Spielberg, Chris?
She is indeed, yeah.
OK, Chris, you need to get this right to stay in. In which 2016 drama series does Winona Ryder play the role of Joyce Byers? Stranger Things, Mr. Robot, or Bloodline?
Never seen any of them. Winona Ryder. Think we can discount Mr. Robot. Not inclined towards bloodline. I'll say Stranger Things.
Eggheads?
Stranger Things.
It's right, Stranger Things. So you're level. David, if you get this right, you've won the round. Who plays the role of Sheriff Hunt in the 2016 Western horror film Bone Tomahawk? Is it Kevin Costner, Kurt Russell, or Clint Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood, I think, is a little old to be in that movie. He was directing more. He hasn't acted for a while. Kevin Costner's been playing a lot of bad guys, but I think it was Kurt Russell.
You're very good on your film and TV. You've got it absolutely right. Kurt Russell is right, David. 3 out of 3. You've knocked Chris out. First blood, first accurate tomahawk thrown by our challengers. How about that? Come back to us, both of you, please. Rejoin your teams. What a great start for Cuisine Royale. Yay! No brains down from the final round so far. The Eggheads have lost 1. And the next subject for you is politics. Who would like this?
I'll have a go.
Elspeth, brilliant. Against which Egghead?
No one else.
Choose anyone but Chris.
Anyone but Chris, OK. I am going to ask Judith if I can face her.
Sounds good. You don't get many runs out on politics.
No, I don't, actually.
Wonderful. Elspeth from Cuisine Royale versus Judith from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. Well, Elspeth, we should now introduce everyone to Bond, and you are part of this brilliant group. And tell us about it.
Thank you, Jeremy. Yes, so we are an electric string quartet, and we would be within the classical crossover genre. And so we write a lot of our music, and we bring in a fusion of world music, classical, pop, and anything in between. And we'll be doing some film music coming up, so we like to stretch ourselves and try a lot of new things.
And because the word Bond connects all 5 of you, the team name is Cuisine Royale.
Absolutely. I think we couldn't go any other way. Yes, it ties in, David, very nicely with Casino Royale, and we thought it was just a bit of fun.
When did you start learning violin, Elspeth?
I started relatively late, at the age of 12, and I knew that I wanted to play it at that point, so I had to work very hard and very quickly in my teenage years to try and catch up, I suppose, with other violinists. And so I put the hours in and did a lot of violining in my break and lunchtimes and up until about 1 in the morning, I think. So,
really?
Yes.
Why did it catch you in such a passionate way?
I always wanted to learn when I was younger, and because we were moving house a lot, I didn't get the chance to, nail down a teacher and stick at it. So I'd heard concerts by the likes of Nigel Kennedy, Maxim Vengerov, and some incredible violinists who really brought out this emotion in me. And I just fell in love with the violin more than any other instrument.
Good luck in this round. Politics is the subject. Elspeth, would you like to go first or second?
I'd like to go first, please, Jeremy.
OK, here is your first question, and good luck. In the UK, which of these political parties was established first? Labour, UKIP, or the Green Party?
I'm pretty certain it was not UKIP. And the Green Party came a little bit later, so I'm pretty sure it's Labour.
Labour is correct. Well done. Judith, Donald Trump is a noted fan of and player of which sport? Cricket, tennis, or golf?
Well, he owns golf courses, doesn't he? He probably goes to play on them as well. So, golf.
Golf is right. Elspeth, the Pentagon is the headquarters for which part of the US government? Department of Defense, Department of Agriculture, or Department of the Treasury?
It would not be the Department of Agriculture or Treasury. It is a part of the Department of Defense.
It is indeed Department of Defense, spelt the American way with an S. Judith, what was the nickname of the politician David Steele, who became an MP at the age of 26? Is it the baby David, the boy David, or the lad David?
It was because he looked so young. He was called the boy David.
And he always looked young, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He probably still does, for all I know.
The boy David is right. Elspeth, you're doing well so far. Just try and get this one right, put some pressure on Judith. Theresa May is said to have been introduced to her future husband, Philip, by which woman at a conservative disco in the 1970s? Hillary Clinton, Benazir Bhutto, or Jenny Shipley?
I haven't got a clue. I'm going to have to take a total guess at this one and go with... I don't know why Benazir Bhutto is sticking out at me, but I can't have seen her being there. I'm going to go with my gut, which is saying Hillary Clinton, but I'm not sure.
But it's Benazir Bhutto, the one that was sticking out. So we go back to Judith. You can win the round with this, Judith.
Benazir Bhutto was at Oxford at the same time.
Oh, so I see. So it was something going on in the university, was it?
Yes, I mean, they were all at the university together.
Right. OK, Judith, here's your question. When John F. Kennedy famously said, "Ich bin ein Berliner," in 1963, many commentators suggested the president was, in fact, stating that he was a what? Cupcake, donut, or biscuit?
Oh, gosh. Well, he was one of those things. It's something to eat. I'm not quite sure, actually, which one it was. Donut sounds so American. I think it was donut, though. The equivalent, German equivalent of a donut.
Donut is your answer. So you think a Berliner is a German donut?
I think it might be.
Is that right, Eggheads?
It is, yeah.
That's right.
It is the right answer. Ich bin ein Berliner translate as I am a donut, or a type of donut, although everybody pretty much knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
Judith, 3 out of 3. Sorry, Elspeth. She's knocked you out there on the third question, and you won't be in the final round, but it levels it up, makes it a bit exciting. Please rejoin your teams. We'll play round 3. OK, so Cuisino Royale have lost their skipper now. Lost a bond. From the final round, the Eggheads have lost 1-2, so it's perfectly level. And this might be good news for you. The next subject is music. Who wants this?
Me? Holy moly, it's going to be me.
OK, Gaye, our cellist. And who would you like to take on?
Come on, Pat.
All right, Gaye from Cuisino Royale, take it on, Pat. From the Eggheads. The last celeb show, you had a historian on history. Now you've got a musician on music.
I'm a marked man.
Let's go for it. Go to the question room, please. Gaye, you're a co-founder of Bond.
Yes.
And what led you to do that?
We were finishing college, and it was basically 2 groups of friends, and we were just trying to do something different where we could further ourselves rather than sitting at the back of an orchestra or playing for other people. We're kind of thinking, how can we play just for ourselves? So we kind of came up with some music, and I think we were in the right place at the right time.
And I know when Bond launched that the press said you were the Spice Girls of classical music. I don't know whether you like that description.
Well, it was always a bit grating, but they were a thing of the moment, and they just kept describing us as that. And I just let them do it, and we'd carry on with what we were doing.
Well, the irony is you played cello for the Spice Girls themselves, hadn't you?
Yeah, and I was in Spice World, the movie, as well, back in the day. Yeah.
Who else have you played cello for?
Oh, I've played cello for all kinds of people, from like dance things and rock, people like Primal Scream, and I've done jazz things and, you know, Sting and Barry Manilow, but basically whoever would have me, basically.
Well, you're on a good round here, music, although I know it ups the pressure a bit.
A little bit.
So, Gaye, would you like to go first or second against Pat the Egghead?
I will go first.
And here is your first question on music. Good luck. The band U2 were formed in which country in the 1970s? Australia, Ireland, or the USA?
Well, I think this one's a bit obvious. It's got to be Ireland.
It is Ireland. Well done. Yes, you're off the blocks. Pat, your question. What is the title of Girls Aloud's first ever UK #1 single? Sound of the Underground, Walk This Way, or Sexy No No No?
I think that's Sound of the Underground.
It is Sound of the Underground. Quite a hard question, that, actually. Do you know that, David?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know any... If there's anything I don't know about Girls Aloud, it's like, it's not worth knowing.
Gaye, your question. The work by Felix Mendelssohn, known as Fingal's Cave, is also known by what other name? Is it Orkney's Overture, Channel Islands Overture, or Hebrides Overture?
Oh no, my mind has gone blank. My mind's gone blank. It's a complete guess. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to go with the Hebrides Overture.
Let's see, challengers, is she right? Yes, you're right. It is correct.
Oh, my goodness.
Hebrides Overture, brilliant. OK, Pat, Stay Another Day, which had a memorable video featuring band members dressed in white, was a UK hit single for which group in 1994? Was it E17, Take That, or Brother Beyond?
I think this has become a perennial video shown around Christmas time, if I remember the correct track. I think it's E17.
E17 is quite right, Pat. He's quizzing well, isn't he, Gaye?
So well, but that is to be expected.
It is. So here's your third question. Put a bit of pressure on him. Blonde is the title of a 2016 hit album by which performer? Blonde. Is it Solange, Frank Ocean, or Drake?
Oh no. I don't think it's Drake. This, I'm clueless about this. I'm going to go with Solange.
Pat, do you know?
I don't know. I think I'd be inclined to go for Frank Ocean, but I don't know.
Frank Ocean is the answer. Yay. Let's see if Pat can capitalise and get his third question right. Which of these is a famous piece of music by Tchaikovsky? Ride of the Valkyries, Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, or In the Hall of the Mountain King?
Well, Ride of the Valkyries is Richard Wagner. In the Hall of the Mountain King is Edvard Grieg. So Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy from the Nutcracker is by Tchaikovsky.
And you could do this in your sleep, Gaye, this one, couldn't you?
Yeah, what a shame it wasn't the other way around.
Yeah, Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy is the right answer. Pat, well done, you're in the final. Gaye, sorry you've been knocked out. Are the Eggheads turning the tide? Come back to us, one more round to play. So as it stands, Cuisino Royale have lost 2 brains from the final round. The Eggheads have lost just the 1. Let's see if we can level it up now, challengers. The next subject for you is arts and books. So it's going to be Eos or Tanya?
Yeah. OK, I'll do it.
Eos, OK. Excellent. Against which Egghead?
Barry, please.
Barry. All right. Eos from Cuisino Royale to play Barry on arts and books. You're getting lots of exercise, aren't you, at the moment?
I am. I think it's the shirts people go for.
To ensure there's no conferring, please go to our question room. Eos, you have to tell us about coaching Sherlock Holmes.
Well, that's been amazing to have been asked to do that. So since Series 2, I've been coaching Benedict Cumberbatch, the violin, for his scenes whenever he's got the violin. And it's been a lot of fun.
And I was reading, you wrote a piece about it on your website, and you were saying how he turned up in a motorbike outfit and a crash helmet. It wasn't what you expected.
No, exactly. Well, that was the very first time I'd met him. We were having a practice in Air Studios and trying to work out the timing. We were doing a Bach sonata in G minor, and we had to work out with the script, with him reading through the script, at what point we'd get to in the piece, in the sonata. But at the end, he was like, do you want to lift anywhere? And I only lived around the corner, but I kind of wanted to say yes anyway, because he was there with his motorbike and his legs. Oh, that would be so cool. But
that would be cool.
Just drop me off at the station, I'd walk back again.
And you are clearly the person they go to, because you've coached Tom Hiddleston as well. But what was that for?
That was for a film called Only Lovers Left Alive. And, he was basically a vampire he was immortal, and basically he'd lived for thousands of years already. So he was supposed to be an expert at the violin, and everything he turned his hand to. So we had 2 hours to teach him how to play Paganini from scratch. From playing nothing to Paganini, so that was fun.
Well, you've excited Barry, because you're a fan, Barry, aren't you?
Yes, I think their music is wonderful.
Oh, thanks.
It's really distinctive, isn't it, Barry? Because it gives you classical, but with almost the power of rock music.
It is. It just has that sharpness and that vibrancy about it.
You've got to see them live, Barry.
Mm-hmm,
blow your socks off. I don't know. There might have to be the St John ambulance standing by. Barry ever sees you live. OK, so arts and books, Eos, and would you like to go first or second?
First, please.
So trying to level it up here for our challengers. Eos, your first question. In which year was the writer Ernest Hemingway born? 1899, 1799 or 1699?
I don't think it was as early as 1699. I'll go with 1899.
Yeah, you're right. He was definitely around in the 1900s. 1899 is correct. Barry, which of these iconic works of art was created first? Guernica by Picasso, The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci, or The Kiss by Rodin?
Could you just repeat the question, please?
Which of these iconic works of art was created first, Barry? First.
Right. Well, the last one there was Guernica, which was Picasso's painting of the bombing of the Basque town. The Kiss by Rodin was probably around the turn of the century, but The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci was created first.
The Last Supper by Da Vinci is correct. OK, Eos, your question. What is the first line of Shakespeare's play Richard III? Is it "To thine own self be true," "If you prick us, do we not bleed," or "Now is the winter of our discontent"?
I think "To thine own self be true" is from Hamlet. "If you prick us, do we not bleed," I think is what Shylock says in Merchant of Venice. So I think is "Now is the winter of our discontent."
Now is the winter of our discontent is absolutely right. Well done. Let me just check. "If you prick us, do we not bleed" is definitely Shylock, I know that. Barry, you'll know "To thine own self be true"?
Yes, indeed, Hamlet.
It's Hamlet.
Yeah.
Eos, right on every count, and that'll have rattled them a bit, I think. The eggs can panic sometimes. Barry, to catch up, an English translation of which famous book features these lines? "Finally, from so little sleeping and so much reading, his brain dried up and he went completely out of his mind."
Ooh.
Is it Don Quixote, Les Miserables, or War and Peace?
Goodness me. Do you know, I've never heard this before. I can't see it applying to any of the characters, of the many, many characters in Les Miserables, so I shall put that out. Finally, from so much reading, his brain and he went completely out of his mind. Well, I can't recall anybody going out of their mind in War and Peace. No, but Don Quixote certainly had moments when he wasn't seeing things clearly, so I shall go for Don Quixote with my fingers crossed, I think.
Don Quixote is right. And what was the name of track one, side one of Bond's first album, Eos?
Quixote.
Quixote. Great coincidence. OK, here is your third question. Which poet wrote the lines, "But I, being poor, have only my dreams. I've spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly because you tread on my dreams"? Is it T.S. Eliot, W.B. Yeats, or W.H. Auden?
Well, I don't know. So I'm going to guess. And I'll just go with W.B. Yeats.
You're absolutely right. Well done.
Yay.
So, Barry, you need to get this one right to stay in. What is the name of the surrealist painting technique that involves laying a canvas prepared with a layer of oil paint over a textured object and then scraping the paint off to create an unexpected surface? Is this montage, grattage, or collage?
Well, that's not a montage, and a collage, I think, is sticking bits of pieces together. There is a technique called frottage, which involves rubbing things off. So on that principle, I think I will go for grattage.
Grattage is right, Barry. Well done. He knows a lot. Sometimes we think he knows too much. OK, Eos. We go to sudden death. It gets a bit harder because I don't give you alternative options. You're playing really well. Which French impressionist's painting, Argenteuil Basin with a Single Sailboat, was damaged in 2012 by a man who punched the canvas in the National Gallery of Ireland? So we're looking for the name of a French impressionist, OK?
Degas?
No, it's Claude Monet. All right, Barry, this for the round. In 2002, Sir Anthony Sher unveiled a memorial in Westminster Abbey to which playwright and poet over 400 years after his death?
2002. So we're looking at 1602. Around over 400 years. I think Shakespeare died a little later than 1602. Let's see, Dryden, Ben Jonson. I'm not totally sure on this, but I think I will go for Ben Jonson.
No, Christopher Marlowe. Eos, you're still in it. Here's your question. A Savage Journey to the Heart of the American Dream is the subtitle of which 1972 book by Hunter S. Thompson?
I've gone completely blank. I can't even think of what it could be. Catch-22. I know that's by someone completely different. Joseph Heller.
Catch-22, it's not. I'm trying to remember who wrote Catch-22, Barry.
Joseph Heller, I think.
Well, Joseph Heller.
Joseph Heller, yeah. It's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which I know you'll know as soon as I say it. OK, Barry, your question. Better by far you should forget and smile than that you should remember and be sad are the closing lines to which Christina Rossetti poem?
Christina Rossetti. I don't know, but it sounds very much to me like Goblin Market, so I'll go for Goblin Market.
No, it's just called Remember. OK, Eos, you're still in. Knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge are lines from a poem by which poet born in 1893?
Sounds like a war poem. I want to say Williams. I can't. I can't think of any poets. Born in 1893. Just going to say William Thompson.
I think you may actually have the right name, and it's sort of echoing. Wilfred Owen.
Oh!
The poem is Dulce et Decorum Est, First World War poem. So you're right, it's a war poem. OK, Barry, for the round. V.S. Naipaul, who won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2001, was born on which island?
I believe V.S. Naipaul is a Trinidadian. So the island is Trinidad.
Trinidad is correct. Barry, you've taken the round on sudden death. Sorry, Eos, you've been beaten by our egghead there, and as a result, will not be in the final round. If you come back to us, both of you, and rejoin your teams, we'll play the final. So this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So that's Elspeth, Gayi, and Eos from Cuisino Royale, but also Chris from the Eggheads. Would you please now leave the studio? Tanya and David, you're playing to win Cuisino Royale £20,000 and be the first celebs to beat the Eggheads here. Steve, Barry, Pat and Judith, you're playing for something that money can't buy, which is to just keep this defence of the money and protect the Eggheads' reputation. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. They're all general knowledge and you may confer. So, Tanya and David, the question is, are your 2 brains able to defeat these 4? Sure you can do it. Wish you well. And would you like to go first or second?
Should we go first?
No, I think we should go second.
Okie dokes.
Let's go second.
Here we go. General knowledge, first question to the Eggheads. What is pictured at the centre of the flag of Wales? Leek, daffodil, or a dragon?
A dragon.
A red dragon.
A red dragon.
Yeah. I don't think we're being stupid by ruling it other 2 out, are we? Yeah, we're pretty sure that's a dragon, Jeremy.
A dragon is right. Challenges. A uniped is a creature with only one what? Eye, foot, or tooth?
It's got to be foot, hasn't
It's
it?
got to be
Head,
foot,
yeah.
yeah. So,
Foot.
foot.
Foot is the right answer. Back to you, Eggheads. Which of these is an island country in the Indian Ocean? Comoros, Grenadines, or Azores?
Moros.
Yeah, the Grenadines are in the Caribbean, and the Azores are just in the North Atlantic.
Again, Jeremy, we're pretty confident between us that's Comoros.
Comoros, or Comoros,
Yeah.
is the right answer. Challengers to catch up. What is the title of the officious government employee in Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado, sometimes referred to as the Lord High Everything Else? Is this Mandarin, Pooh-Bah, or Panjandrum?
I'm getting the feeling it might be Pooh-Bah, but is that ridiculous?
Well, I don't know, and I am leaning on your considerable classical credentials more than
no,
my
you
own.
don't know.
filmic
Gilbert and Sullivan
history.
is not my bag, so...
Well, Pooh-Bah sounds like a
Could be a stagey
sort of
of
Gilberty
name.
Sullivan-y kind of name, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the risk of looking
Or
ridiculous.
Panjandrum. We say Pooh-Bah.
Yeah, why not?
Pooh-Bah?
Pooh-Bah is correct. You're playing well. You got 2 out of 2. Well done. Okay, Eggheads. Which Olympic gold medalist came second behind Andy Murray in the voting for the 2016 Sports Personality of the Year Award? Alistair Brownlee, Jason Kenny, or Mo Farah?
Brownlee went.
I think it was Brownlee.
Yes, Alistair
The
Brownlee.
Yorkshireman.
Yep, I saw it. Yep.
There we are then. Yeah.
Mick Skelton was
I'm a little
third.
rusty on this, if you're all happy.
Pretty sure it's
No, it's definitely Alistair Brownlee.
You think so too, Judith?
Yeah, definitely. Mo Farah wasn't mentioned. It was extraordinary.
No, you're right. Again, Jeremy, consensus opinion seems to be it's Alistair Brownlee.
Alistair Brownlee is your answer. It's correct. So they've got 3 because you let them start. You've got to get this right to stay in. In December 2016, which Labour MP announced that he would be standing down from Parliament to take up a job in the nuclear industry? Was this Keir Starmer, Tom Watson, or Jamie Reid?
I don't actually know.
No, I don't know either.
We know it's not Tom Watson because Tom Watson's still working for Jeremy Corbyn. Keir Starmer sounds a bit like a Marvel Comics character.
Or a Norwegian skier or something.
No offence. So
Shall we go
absolutely,
for-
yes, should we go Jamie Reid?
Jamie Reid?
Okay.
Okay, we'll say Jamie Reid.
Jamie Reid is your answer. You're guessing this one a little bit. You know it's not Tom Watson. You're right, it's not Tom Watson. Jamie Reid is the right answer. Well done. Equal after 3. Couldn't be closer. Sudden death we go to. Eggheads, I don't give you alternative options. Here's your question. In internet and text slang, what does the abbreviation IKR usually stand for?
IKR. That's a new one on me.
Is it sort of what you write in a text or something quickly?
Yeah.
So I know all.
It's an abbreviation, something wrong.
IKR.
I know all.
It's R, isn't it?
I know real.
I know R.
IKR.
IKR.
know real.
I know. Could it be I know something?
Yeah, really.
What would the K stand for? It's sort of the key letter. No is very tempting. Any others?
Key.
Keep.
IKR.
I keep reading. I kept reading. It.
I.
It keeps right. I know.
I know really.
It's not very convincing, is it?
It's not, but what else have we got?
We haven't.
Need an answer, please, Eggs.
Right. Shall we?
We're stuck.
We're stuck. Go for it. Well, as you can probably tell, Jeremy, I've got no idea. Just basically trying to string a sentence together that makes some sort of sense. We'll try I know really, when obviously we don't.
Okay, your answer is I know really. And that predominantly came from Judith saying IK is I know. See, I heard her say that. And you're right, IK is I know. But R is not really. It's I know right.
I know right doesn't...
I know right.
Ungrammatical.
Right.
I know right. That's
I know
good English.
right, honestly.
Would you know that?
I didn't know that.
Not in English.
Yeah, and what does it mean when you say it?
It's like, I know, right?
I know right.
It's like, I know, right?
It's not
slang.
very good English.
Or is it when it hardly matters, Judith. So somebody
Yes, it
says, isn't the boss awful? And you say, IKR.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
I know, right? You bungled it. You got it wrong. And there's £20,000 we're playing for, and we haven't yet been in this position where all you have to do as the celebrities is get the answer right and you've won.
That's
And the
all we
Eggheads
have to do.
look on helpless. So £20,000. And goodness, you've beaten how many teams? 19 up to this point?
Yes.
Bang, bang, great teams. Simply knocked all over the park, and here you are. One question away from losing. Here is your question. In the formula used to calculate the area of a circle, pi r squared, what does the letter R stand for?
It's the radius.
It's the radius.
You've said radius. Radius is correct. We say congratulations, challengers, you won! How about that? How about that? Well done. That's so brilliant, Bond. What about that? And honestly,
we were very,
19
very
teams.
fortunate.
The last team we had on came very close, didn't win. Well done to you.
I mean, it's proper luck of the draw, because if this had been, if we'd have gone first, two of the ones that you got right wouldn't have had a clue.
Well, you
about.
say that, but I knew all the answers.
Okay.
You would be
Sure, but you
fine.
got the Jamie Reid, and that was just a little bit of an inkling.
Yeah,
or
there
whatever.
were two. I mean, we guessed twice on that last one.
Yeah, there we go. That's
You
how it
get
works.
the choice of three. It's a 1 in 3 chance. So
Yeah.
lucky us.
And tell us about the charity the money will go to.
It's going to Care International, which is an international charity, and I'm an ambassador for them and have been to Rwanda and the Congo with them. They do amazing work worldwide. They'll be so happy. I've done concerts for them before, like at the Albert Hall, and you're very lucky if you raise 5, 6, 7, 8,000 with 3 weeks of work. So this will be make a huge difference.
Oh,
So
that's
it'll be
that's
fantastic.
wonderful to hear, isn't it?
Yes.
Well done there.
So good. We were worried that we'd get to the end of the celebs without the money being won, but this is great that you've won it. So
Amazing.
Well, thank you very
thank
much.
you so much. And, well, Eggheads, you hung on in over an amazing 19 games, and then on the 20th, you've gone down. So congratulations to Cuisino Royale. You've just won £20,000 for your charity, Care International, and you are officially cleverer than the Eggheads. You've proved they can be beaten. What an amazing game. All these celeb games have been fun, but this was really special. Thank you for playing. Join us next time. Thank you, Bond. See you again. Join us next time on Eggheads to see if a new team of celebrities will be just as successful. Until then, goodbye.